for us.
Okay, great, great, great. Hey, okay, so I should be up there and running. Let me double check, see if I can check in. Whew, sorry about everybody. This is a little impromptu here, but we just finished. Whew, a couple things this week that are important has just happened. Yep, okay, I'm on there. I'm going to try to share this a little bit with a few people. So y'all just hang tight with me for a minute while I click some share buttons and you all can join me, share it with some other people. I'm going to tag a couple people here in the comments, see if I can grab a couple people on. All right, Shara, Sarah Hunter, and Sarah, and 7 others. Okay, great. Let me see if I can get a couple more tags in here. There's Wendy and Wendy. Let me see. I don't know if any of my regular Family Forward people are up and watching, but I thought it was very, very, very important that I touch base with you. So hang in there with me. Okay, I'm just over here on my phone tagging a few people. This week has been a very busy week in the world of child welfare advocacy. I will tell you. Hang on here. I'm going to do a couple people I just want to get on here. Kathleen. Okay, some other people, if you can tag a few other people or drag them in, that would be great. Okay, so look. Whew. I'm not going to talk about me today because y'all have heard about me and I don't want to talk about that. Things are looking pretty good. Okay. I am doing this, bringing this to you through StreamYard. So I can't quite see all your comments. I can kind of see your comments, but on StreamYard, this says Facebook user. So I don't know who you are. And I'm also simultaneously casting it on my YouTube channel and on my family advocacy page. So this week already on Monday, there was a hearing in Washington, D.C. on foster care. And it was trying to think of where they had it. I don't know exactly where they had it, but there were about 4 speakers. Again, their theme is kind of repeal CAPTA. I follow some of them on LinkedIn. We are exchanging information through LinkedIn. I've tried to connect with some of those. So I watched that meeting. And then today, this is very important. So today, there was a Senate hearing. It was initiated by Georgia's young Democrat Senator John Ossoff, and it was co-chaired by Tennessee's Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn. A little frustration on my end because I have talked to Marsha Blackburn so many times about what the problems are, gotten just kind of real mixed, very milquetoast, not very enthusiastic responses. I was a little surprised, but she has stated an interest in the human trafficking and the child trafficking, and we know that foster care is a pipeline to human trafficking. So we watched this hearing. So they had on there actually 4 good speakers. So they had a mom out of Alabama, and I've already tried to connect with her. I'm going to give you her name, and so some of you can reach out to her too. Her name is Rachel Aldridge, Aldridge. Somebody type that in the comments for me, please. Rachel Aldridge of Georgia. So she is on Facebook. I did find her on Facebook. She's not real active on there, but I saw she had put a post up that she was getting ready to go to Washington, D.C. Looks like it was posted about a day ago. So I'm sure it was her. So I'm just going to encourage you all to, especially those who are active and leaders and supporters, to reach out to her. She's a very, very tragic story. She lost her child. Her child was murdered because it was wrongfully removed from her. She told part of that story. I'm going to try to capture part of that Senate hearing in another way. I did videotape it while it was going on. Wasn't a very good resource for doing that. So I know it's not going to be very good. I'm going to have to see if there's another way to do it, maybe through Zoom or something. So Rachel Aldridge, she lost her 2-year-old baby after the baby was wrongfully removed from her. And then we had another young lady. Her name is Monet Hudson, and it's spelled. I'm looking at your comments. Okay, so Monet is spelled MON apostrophe A HUSTON, and I'm not real sure where she is from. I thought she was from Georgia, but I'm not real sure. I don't recall. She was in foster care, and for 5 years, I think she said she was in 18 placements or something for 5 years. So she was incarcerated. She was put on medication. She talked about how she was always over medicated. Very heart wrenching story as well. So then there were two people from Georgia who spoke on, who have law degrees, but they're both teaching professors, but they're also doing some advocacy and legal work. Melissa Carter and Emma Hetherington. So Melissa Carter is MELISSACARTER, Melissa Carter. You can, if you're on LinkedIn, you should try to reach out and connect with her with LinkedIn. And Emma Hetherington, HETHERINGTON. She is also on LinkedIn if you're there. So LinkedIn is good for professional contacts. I've actually reached out to both of those. So they told the story. They tell the story I tell, the same things that I have told over and over and over, all the problems with the system, all the systemic failures. And, Marsha Blackburn talked like Tennessee had it all signed, sealed, and delivered and was doing a great job. I'm just totally baffled by that. But she doesn't listen to the parents and to the people. So let me tell you, here's the most important thing. So at the end of the committee hearing, which of course they decided to do nothing, right? They've done nothing. Like we do more. Family Forward Project does more than they do, which is why we're still trying to get our single issue family advocate bill. But the committee hearing is open to take information until November the 15th. All right, November the 15th. So I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you what I have gathered. I have, of course, over the years, there are some news articles that I've saved to PDF and I put in files. I don't know if y'all remember it, those of you who've been hanging around with me for a long time know this, but I did have a project where people sent me letters, and I have about 150 letters that I copied and page numbered, and there were stories from all over the country, some handwritten, some typed. I have those of heart-wrenching stories about how the system failed them. I have those. I do have some. I also had a jot form intake that I had done. And I hope I can still locate that. You guys, I have so much stuff I've collected over the years. I just like totally lose track of it. So I do have those letters, and we need to deliver to them a message loud and clear. Loud and clear. So we need to talk about how we need to do it. And we need to talk about that very quickly because we have to figure out how to get that in their hands with no hiccups. No hiccups. All right. So there's a couple ways, couple things we need to think about. I want you all to pass this video around, and I want you all to think about what do you want in their hands. Okay, ultimately we know CAPTA has to be repealed. Okay, we have to repeal CAPTA. I don't know how I'm going to do this. November 14th is just around the corner. I would love to go up there, but I'm not sure that I can. But I'm going to have to get some things from you. If you have not provided me your story, now lots of people send me things in private messenger, and bless your hearts, I understand how complex and difficult this is, but you send me 2 or 3 paragraphs about what's going on, and it's not succinctly all put together. There's no chronology to it. Sometimes you don't even tell me what state you're in. I don't know what the status of your case is. But I know you all have a lot of stories that I've not caught up with. So here's one option, All right. You're going to have to,
So here's
oops, I'm sorry.
here's
Hang on. My
and
phone is
wow.
talking to me now. Is if you will put together your story, type it out and email it to me. All right. But you must put in there what your name is, where you're located, what your state is, and then tell your story in chronological order and tell what went wrong. Okay. What went wrong? Your story, this whole thing can be no more than 700 words max. All right. If you use any type of computer, you can do the word count no more than 700 words max. I can't get these people to read these stories for more than that. It's it's great. 2 pages typed up max, double spaced, um, in typeface that's legible. Okay. People sent me, I don't have my book of letters up here, but sometimes people sent me things typed up that's little tiny print. I can't read it. I got old lady eyes here, so I can't even read it. And then I'm trying to print it and make copies of it. So we need your story. We need your story, uh, your name, your address, your location, your state, your county, the the story of how this happened, and then what went wrong and how your family was destroyed. How your family was destroyed. Now, PowerPoint. No, PowerPoint is too tutorial. Okay, I want the stories. Now, I'm going to also gather, and if you have news stories from your states, wherever you are, about how children have died in foster care or how children have been ripped out of parents' arms. We want, if there are news stories, if they've risen to that level, we want that as well. Like I said, it says Facebook Messenger over here, but some of your messages, obviously, when it says Dee Dee Miller, I know exactly who's putting that message in there. But um, yeah, so I can figure out how to deliver this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. That's coming up. November 14th is coming up quick. Actually, I have to be in Tennessee on the 14th. So it would have to be before the 14th. So you need to do this within the next week, within the next 7 days, right? You got that within the next. This is October the 25th. So I'm going to tell you, you have to have that to me the 25th by the 4th. Okay. November the 4th. Somebody write that down there. Deadline, November the 4th. I'm going to put it down there. November 4th. Next, no, November 4th. Whoever put next 7 days. November 4th. Okay. Now I'm going to put in here the email address. Okay. I'm putting it in the comments. It should go to all the postings. November 4th deadline. And it is connie.familyforward@gmail.com. Okay. You want to put a picture in it. Take some time and do it the right way. Do it the right way. You want me to do a Zoom? Would you like for me to do a Zoom and share my screen and show you how to do it? Does that sound like a good idea? Should I do that? Like record a Zoom and tell you exactly what it should look like, how you can plug a picture. I love it when you put a picture in there of your family, your children, whatever. But we've got to have the stories of the families. I see a yes on that. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to have to do it soon. I'm going to do it. What is today's Wednesday? I may do it Friday. Okay. Well, I'm supposed to be going to a faith and family thing tonight. I'm really out there and about right now, trying to make as much contact and stuff as I can. I'll catch up on me later, but I'm really getting out there talking to a lot of people. I went to a thing last night. I met some really good people. You know me, I'm always talking the talk and walking the walk. So, got some really good connections of who I'm also going to follow up and connect with. Okay, so remember the hairdresser mom whose child was taken in Portland. Child was very ill. Young girl admitted. Concierge. Yeah. Okay. Drag. If there was news coverage, dragged on for months and months. Lots of news coverage. I believe you helped her, Ayla. Okay. So if you have a in that email address to me, if you have the link to a news story of some of those horrible things, and I'm telling you, like, I don't know, do you remember the story out of, I think it was Oregon or Washington, where those two women adopted all those children and then they drove off the cliff? I mean, we need to be handing them those and put them organized into news stories. If I'm going to take them to DC, I'm going to have to do it before the 14th. I mean, I literally would have to figure a way to do this maybe on the 9th or 10th, I guess. Okay. So if you're going to do it, put your head together, sit down, write it out in a coherent form. This is going to be so helpful to you anyway. So many of you have a really hard time telling your story. And when you get in a courtroom and you can't tell it. And I always tell people, write it down, write it down, write it down, keep notes, make notes, keep chronology, keep a diary so that you can tell your story when the time comes. Okay. All right. So, yeah. And actually, Wendy, you know, I probably have ours written up as a federal lawsuit. So I have most of that. We can probably take that and trim it down and, and make that work. Okay. This is so important, guys. This is the header. Now, we're working on our Congressional Family Advocate Access Act bill, single issue bill. We have been to Washington this year 3 times on this bill, and we have gotten a lot of good interest on it. I finally have the legislative language drafted. I sent out an email to all these legislative assistants where they're kind of sluggish in responding to us, but it doesn't matter. We'll get on the phone with them and we'll talk to them. So we're going to keep that up. Did you find an age reduction? Did you? Age? No, it's called filtering. Facebook user number at 5:15. Yeah, it's called filtering. Thank you. I don't look this good in person. I can promise you that. I do have really good lights in here, but so I will have to go. I'll have to start planning my trip because I'm going to have to get a ticket in advance. I'm going to go ahead and start looking for a ticket and get up there. But I'm going to call John Ossoff's office tomorrow and find out if I can get in there to talk to them. Whew, this is going to be tricky. This is really going to be tricky, but we have to do it. This is so important. And we have to work on this family advocate bill. We now have a Speaker of the House, so maybe Congress can start doing something again. But and I'm going to post part of the Senate thing, but I'm telling you, they go through this whole thing and nobody has an answer. Nobody has an answer, right? I mean, I think we have a part of an answer, a portion of an answer, and we need to go with it and run with it. Okay. All right. I'm just now talking my head off. So in the meantime, I will tell you, I got totally hung up and totally sucked into that Take Care of Maya trial. Y'all saw a bunch of my posts on that. Crazy. I haven't watched it for the past 2 days because I've been busy all day long. I helped work election stuff yesterday. I had another great phone call this morning, which Jamie Atkinson in South Carolina helped set up. And I'm so excited to get a new contact there that is working with children and adults with disabilities in the area of fitness. We probably talked for 2 hours. And again, I just filled her head and let her know about all the horrible things that child welfare is doing. So I'm working, guys. And they still keep just creating just enough chaos to keep me distracted. And I'm just going to keep barreling through that. But they'll do something and then I'll be distracted for 2 or 3 days having to deal with it because that's the only thing they have is to keep distracting me and I'm not letting go. Okay. That's all I'm going to talk about. All right, you got it? Your story, news stories, especially whatever state you're in, please put this. This is only on Family Forward Project, on Family Forward Advocacy Center, and my YouTube channel. So if you can take that and I don't know, maybe you want to even clip and do a short on it in YouTube and pass it around, share it on TikTok. My TikTokers do a little clip on it and let's get it out there and get people rumbling. I'm going to set something up for Friday to perhaps do a Zoom. I don't know how to broadcast and do a Zoom. I'm sure that's above my intellectual level, but I'm going to try to figure it out for you so that we can maybe all join in it. But I'll probably be doing that Friday afternoon. All right. Okay. This is our chance here. We're always saying nobody listens. Nobody listens. Y'all are always saying nobody listens to us. Nobody listens to us. This was a listening opportunity. Okay. This was listening. So we need to get in there and be heard on that. Okay. All right. Let's get ready to rumble. I'd love to see your proposal for the Senate for reform. The reform, okay, I'm going to talk about that real quickly. CAPTA was not reauthorized. It basically expired September the 30th of this year. They know it and they're not talking about it. And it's really already expired and they're just patching it together, it's called. Okay, get Connie regularly, get someone who knows how to use Zoom. I agree. Y'all help me find somebody. I know how to use it. I just don't know how to broadcast with it. Okay. I definitely know how to have hearings. I mean, we've been through COVID. We did, pandemic COVID Zoom trials, which was a real pain. I just don't know how to do a Zoom where I can have people come into it and join it and me show you how to do things and also broadcast it at the same time. I can pre-record it, but no. So we need to try to work on that. Maybe y'all can help me with that. All right, you got that? We're going to have something on Friday. Y'all start sitting down, typing up some things. I'm going to show you a little bit better how to do it. Maybe put a picture in there. You're going to get those to me. You're going to look for stories in your states. And I mean stories about the children sleeping in offices, stories about in Illinois, the director got canned, right? Oklahoma is now looking into some things. We've got, I've got Laura out in Missouri, y'all out there in those different states. I don't even know who I have in Arizona anymore, but we have at least 20 states that have active people. And I know y'all are not all on here today, but let's share this, put this in some private messages or in some of the chats with the people that have been working with us and helping us. Okay, let's get it shared. Let's get it spread around so we can make this happen, guys. This is a big step and I need you. I'm just one little voice and I'm just a suspended lawyer, right? I mean, like I'm not even supposed to use the word lawyer. I'm just a suspended lawyer, but because I work so hard on these reform issues. Yeah, Georgia has a horrible system. And this whole session was Georgia, 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 Georgia. So the rest of the states need to be heard as well. And Tennessee is not in a good position, Marsha Blackburn. So I'm going to deliver to you some of that information as well. All right, y'all. Okay. Okay. So let's do it. I need you to help me out. Okay. I need you to help me. This is go time. You've got my email address in there. Let's make it happen. Thanks. Bye-bye.